guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. I'm very happy to see you guys. I'm happy to be back in Sandy Toe country. I've been traveling around for the last 5 weeks or so. Had a wonderful vacation. I've visited family and friends. I went out west to go to some places that I've wanted to go for a very long time, and I'm happy that I made it out to some of those places. Specifically the Grand Canyon and Sedona, Arizona. I had a really good time out there. I learned so many things, and I brought so many things back with me. One of which is this aventurine necklace that a Native American woman made, and I bought it from her out in Arizona. It was just a lovely trip, and I was very glad. I feel very fortunate that I got to take it. But today I want to do a reading to kind of get back into it, get it back into my Florida readings, and I want to do a general yes or no pick a card reading for this first one back, because you guys just seem to love those a lot, and it makes it easier. It's a good transition back to the readings. So that's what I'm going to do for this first reading back. I will pick 4 piles this time, I think. Don't forget that the answer can be a yes, a no, or a maybe. And also, this is a general pick a card reading, so it won't resonate with everyone. If you choose a pile and you start seeing the cards and hearing what I have to say, and you're saying, this is not me at all, this does not resonate with me at all, that is fine. Get off of it. It's not for you. It's meant for somebody else. A lot of people watch these videos, so they won't resonate with everybody. I do trust that whenever the message is for you, that you will get the message, and I hope that you do too. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'll put the camera down so you guys can choose which pile is speaking to you and which pile is going to answer your question that can be answered with a yes or no. Okay guys, I have 4 piles here that you can choose from. I have a couple of oracle cards in each pile. I have tarot cards in each pile, hopefully with all the information that's in there. We should be able to come up with a yes or no answer for whatever your question is, although sometimes it is a maybe, but we'll just have to see what the cards say. So to help you choose, I have some quartz crystals on top of the piles. You certainly do not have to use that as how you choose the pile that's speaking to you, but you can if you want to. So that's just why I put them on there. On pile 1 is a cinnabar quartz crystal that I got out in Sedona. It was just calling my name. I was very attracted to the bright orange color. On pile 2, we have an aquamarine. This is a very rough cut aquamarine. On pile 3, we have a blue tiger's eye that I got when I was out in Oklahoma. So that's on pile 3. And on pile 4, we just have a clear quartz crystal rough cut. So if that helps you decide which pile is speaking to you, that's fine. Please do think of your question first and then choose your pile. If you want to, you can close your eyes and then just open your eyes, and whichever one you're drawn to, that will have the answer to your question. You can choose by the quartz crystal that's on top of it. You can choose by your favorite number 1 through 4. However you want to choose is the right way for you. So pick your pile, and I will begin with pile 1. If you chose pile 1, these are going to be your messages, and hopefully we can get a yes or no out of these cards. So the cinnabar quartz, as I said, I was attracted to when I was out in Sedona, Arizona. I love the bright orange color of it. So the cinnabar brings abundance, enhances your persona, and is good for business and finance. I have been thinking a lot about business lately, so maybe that's why I was attracted to this stone. So I'm going to turn, I usually save the oracle cards for last, but this time I'm going to turn them all over and get the message all at the same time. So from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, we have Traveler, move in a new direction. From the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck, we have Narrow Pathway, tread thoughtfully. And the tarot cards that we got for this reading are the Five of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So I'm getting that this is a no. Pile 1, the answer to your question is a no. There are a couple of reasons that I say that. One, the Five of Swords is a conflict card. It is, if you notice, this gentleman has 2 swords in his hand. He has apparently been fighting with these people, these 2 other people. These 2 people have decided to walk away from this fight, or they have just been defeated. The guy has a little bit of a smug look on his face, like it's almost like this conflict is not, it's not necessarily worth the fight, win or lose. Like even if you won, you would still feel bad about winning. So that doesn't bode well for the situation. I mean, the one good thing about it is if you notice off in the distance, the light is coming up. Like the conflict is not going to be there forever. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. But for right now, this situation is what we would call untenable. It's not a good situation. There's conflict involved in it, and it's not good. Another thing that makes me think no is the Six of Cups is kind of a nostalgia card. It has to do with romance usually. It a lot of times has to do with someone who's coming back into your life that's offering something to you in the way of romance. Now here's what's interesting about this card in this particular deck, the Herbal Tarot deck, and I haven't noticed it actually in the Rider-Waite, but I definitely saw it very clearly in this deck. If you notice, he is offering her something. She's got her hands behind her back. She is saying no. And again, it could be someone from your past coming back to offer you something in the way of relationship. It could be something that you at one time wanted, like in your younger days, you had this dream that you wanted. You thought it would bring you everything in the world that you could want. All of a sudden it's being offered to you and you've changed your mind. You're like, no. So the Queen of Cups it can be a Scorpio card. Scorpio is very, it's the sign of death, and not in a bad way. Like it can be, death, like letting something die, but it can also be like a transformation, like letting something die only to be reborn again in another way. And that's what I think these cards are advising you to do, because this Traveler card says move in a new direction. Whatever it was, the Narrow Pathway also, it says tread thoughtfully, also indicates there's some conflict involved in this direction that you were initially wanted to go in. but it's not looking good. It's definitely a no right now, right? So these cards are saying it's time to move in a different direction. Let this dream die. Let this relationship die. And it could be either, honestly, I'm seeing both of those things. It could be either one of those things. It could be someone coming back from your past to offer you something in a relationship. It can be also be an old dream that you had that you've kind of been working on. Someone has brought something up that makes you think you could have it now. And these cards are saying it's time to let that die. Scorpio, death card, right? Let the dream die. Let the relationship die. There's conflict here. It's not going to be good. It's not going to end up being a good situation. There's just a little bit more than you've bargained for in this situation. And in the end, it's not worth it. Move in a new direction. Find a new dream. Find a new partner. Let this die. Decide what it is that you want now, what your dream is now, the kind of partner that you want now, and move in that direction. So I am saying that pile 1 is a no for whatever this was, and it's time to move into a new direction for you. And that will be much more successful. Okay, so I know that's short and sweet, but that is all I'm getting for pile 1. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did enjoy the reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Share my readings with anyone you think might be interested. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so. And hit that bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new reading. Until next time, I'm sending you much light and love. Namaste. So if you chose pile 2 with the aquamarine stone on it, the quartz rough cut stone, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no. Pick a card. Aquamarine is a stone of enlightenment and spiritual awareness. It helps you kind of get in tune with your emotions. It's kind of associated with the heart, with the throat chakra. Pretty much all blue stones, light blue stones are. So it can also be a stone to help with communication. So, all right, so let's look at these messages and see if we can get a clear yes or no for your question. The Sacred Traveler Oracle card, we have infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. The Angels and Ancestor Oracle, we have spring. See your seeds grow. And for the tarot cards for this reading, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and we also have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so for me, this is a yes. Partly because there's this verification here. So you have the Three of Pentacles, which is actually a card of planting your seeds for financial wealth in the future. It's like having a plan for some kind of business or some kind of business venture or some kind of job that you want to get into that might require some training. In any case, it's something that is at the beginning stages of it, and you're planting your seeds here. So this Angels and Ancestor Oracle card, spring, see your seeds grow, is just verification that yes, whatever it is that you want to work on, whatever seeds you want to plant right now, they will bring you great abundance. We see that in this card, the Sacred Traveler. Oops. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. This is a really positive card. It's a very positive card for some kind of endeavor that you're not exactly sure right now how it's going to turn out. These cards are saying, yes, plant those seeds. Your idea is good. It is going to be very fruitful, and it's going to bring you a lot of abundance. So these two cards are interesting here. The Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are, in the tarot, they are earthly things like food, clothing, shelter, money, jobs, stability. There's this financial stability, all kinds of stability, but mostly finance. That's what the pentacle is. It's a coin, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is two things. For me, it's the Aquarius card. It is also a woman who is an older woman who is alone. However, she is very abundant in financially. She has everything that she needs in life. She is set, for sure. She may need to open herself up to relationships a little bit more, but she's not closed off as closed off as the Queen of Swords might be or can be. She is maybe just a single woman powerhouse, right? She could have relationships in her life, but they're not the major focus of her life. She's a very stable woman who does very well financially. Okay, this Eight of Cups is the card of walking away. It's the card of walking away from something to pursue that ninth cup. What is it that you've always felt like you wanted to do that maybe is a little scary? Maybe you can't see the whole staircase yet. Maybe you can't see exactly how to do it. It's just something that you always wanted to do. You've just always had this idea in the back of your mind. The Eight of Cups is walking away to pursue that ninth cup. So there's also a little bit of a message in this card about the people that you're leaving behind to pursue that ninth cup. And I don't want to say leaving behind. We're talking about people that are still in your life, like your family. Maybe they're used to you coming home at the end of the workday and devoting all of your time and attention to them. You have this desire to do this other thing that you've always wanted to do your whole life. It may require that you go back to school. It may require that you start at part-time while you're still working at your other job, just in the early stages of it to see if it's going to take off or not. Well, that will mean that you are going to take some time away from your family, time that you would ordinarily be spending on your family to pursue this dream that you have. The Eight of Cups says it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay for you to take that time away from your family. They're going to support you. If they love you, they will understand that this is something that you have to do for yourself. And in the end, this particular situation is going to bring financial abundance. So in the end, it's going to be good for everybody, even though it requires you taking some time away from your other obligations in the beginning phases to plant your seeds, to pursue this idea, and to watch it grow. I do want to read this spring, See Your Seeds Grow. I do want to read that out of the book because I thought it was a great message. This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards Guidebook by Kyle Gray, and the artwork is by Lily Moses. So the message is, embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, You are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth, and if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. So this is not in the, and then the last card, it's not really in an outcome card. So that really wouldn't apply, but I just thought it fits so perfectly with this entire message of, to me, it's very clear that you came to this reading asking a question about should you pursue some kind of new business venture, and or some kind of hobby that you've always wanted to pursue that could turn into something that you can make a lot of money at potentially, or maybe even accidentally. Like you're not pursuing it for that, you're pursuing it because it's something you've always wanted to do. In any case, you are planting seeds for a future of infinite, this is infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. So that is what you're planting the seeds for. So absolutely, yes, go for it. It's going to work, and it's going to work out very, very well for you and for your family. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did like it, please do give it a thumbs up. Share my readings with anybody that you think might be interested. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do that and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I do upload a new reading. Until next time, I'm sending you guys a lot of light and love. Namaste. So if you chose pile 3 with the blue tiger's eye on it, these are going to be your messages for the yes or no pick a card. The blue tiger's eye reduces stress and anxiety, can help with depression. It produces mental clarity, focus, and a deeper insight. So let's see if we can find a yes or no in these cards somewhere. All right. The Sacred Traveler Oracle card is Vast Vistas, Expand Your Horizons. The Angels and Ancestors Oracle card is Winter, Take Care of Your Needs. And the tarot cards we have here are the Moon, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So I'm not really getting a clear yes or no yet. Let's talk through this. There are a couple of things here that are kind of in conflict. So let's just talk through it and see what we have here. All right. So the Moon card is the major arcana for Pisces. It represents a time when there is a lot going on beneath the surface that you don't necessarily know about. It can have to do with secrecy. It can have to do with some trickery that's happening beneath the surface. But it generally means that you are moving forward cautiously in a situation, instinctually, because you can't see all of the information. You're walking down a path, if you can think about it this way. You're walking down a path in the moonlight. The moon does offer some light, but certainly not as much as the sunshine would. And and there's just a lot that you can't see on either side of the path. Out there in the woods, in the dunes, in the desert, wherever your path has taken you at this particular time, there are some, look, this is like a lizard here, and this is a scorpion. So you're walking down this path, you're kind of using your instincts to guide you in the direction that you need to go. Hopefully toward the lizard and not toward the scorpion, right? The second card that we have here, the tarot card, is the Knight of Pentacles. And knights are always bringing things into your life. It's something coming into your life. Pentacles are material things: food, clothing, shelter, jobs, money, houses. But something is coming into your life in the material realm. It could be like financial stability is entering your life after maybe a period of instability. And the reason I say after a period of instability is because you have the Ace of Swords here. And aces are new beginnings. They are always new beginnings. This is something that's coming into your life. And if you notice it, the hand right here, the hand of God is in it. So this is coming into your life from the divine. And this is a new beginning that comes out of adversity. So you are victorious. If you'll notice the crown on top of the sword here, it is a victory. But it is a little bit of a hard-won victory. It's a victory out of adversity, and you do win a new beginning out of this. So the Angel and Ancestors Oracle card here is winter. And if you think about this, like animals, in the wintertime, that's kind of a time of hibernation, of going within. It says here to take care of your needs. So, you know how animals will like store up for the winter? They will go out and find food, store it up for the winter, because they're going into this space of hibernation where they will be reflecting. This is time of reflection. If you think about it like the Hermit card in the tarot. So it's a bit of a time of reflection, of going within, of being alone. The wolf. This winter is represented by the wolf in this particular deck. And the wolf can either run with a pack or they can go it alone. And to me, this seems like a time of going it alone. So, the vast vistas expand your horizons. If you notice, this is almost like a little bit like the Fool card. This guy is starting out on a journey. He has reached the mountaintop. When you reach the mountaintop, you can look out on the whole world and you can decide in which direction that you want to go. And this card is saying, that's what you need to do. You need to look out on the whole world, expand your horizons. Maybe get out of this place of secrecy where you don't know everything that's happening, where there's stuff going on behind your back that you can't really put your finger on. And look out at the world and figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, because it's a big world out there, and it's your oyster, right? You're winning a new beginning from the hand of God. It's a new beginning out of adversity. You win. You're victorious. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? For whatever reason, you are being given the financial support, the foundational support, the support in the material world that you need to strike out on your own and start a new life that's bigger, that's expansive. You're expanding now. You're not stuck in this small, don't understand kind of what's going on, having to walk on eggshells to move through this situation. You're being sprung from that. You're being freed from that to strike out on your own. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarifiers on this reading. As again, still I cannot figure out if it is a yes or a no. I know what the message is. I know what's happening, but I still don't know if it's a yes or a no. May depend on how you ask the question. So can I get a clarifier on the moon card, please? Can I get one for the moon card? One card, please. One clarifier for the moon. Clarifier for the moon card. The moon. Well, that's a lot. Okay, I don't feel like that's it. Okay, one clarifier, please, for the moon card. What's this? Why is that here? Okay, this seems more right. Okay, so the clarifier for the moon card, what we got here is the Five of Pentacles, which is the card of, again, well, it can be the card of poverty. It can be the card of being left out in the cold, which goes back to this. There's stuff going on that you don't know, that you can't see, like you're being left out of something. There's a lot of secrecy going on here. There's a lot of deception going on here. You're being left out in the cold, but you're not alone, by the way. If you notice, this lady has a companion with her. This companion has a wounded leg. He's on crutches. So both of you you're kind of, you're in it together. Notice that these pentacles, these 5 pentacles, are in a church window. And to me, churches represent institutions, especially in the time that these tarot cards were created. Churches were institutions. They were like one of the few institutions that existed at that time. So this can be you and this friend of yours are going it alone outside of this institution that looks to me like is not a good place to be. It could be an office situation where there's a lot of deception. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of backbiting. There's a lot of secrecy. Okay, so you got the Knight of Pentacles again. So that's 2. That's twice. So you are being given an opportunity through some kind of financial abundance, through some kind of financial support, to move out of this situation and to start a new life. You win because you're getting away from this. So here's what I will say. I think this is a yes because the outcome of it is so good that you win an opportunity to go it alone, to get out of this situation. and through some financial support, you get an opportunity of a new beginning that's going to allow you to decide. You decide where you go. Vast vistas. Look out on the world and decide what you want to do next. So I think it's yes. I think you're getting a new beginning. But if your question was, should I stay in this work situation that you're in? Should I, or maybe not, just, it may not be a work situation, but it could be a work situation. It's at least an institution, some kind of institution. Should I stay in this situation? The answer is no. If your question was, is there gonna be a way out of this situation for me, this bad situation that I'm in? The answer is yes, absolutely. There is a way out. It is coming for you. If it isn't already here, let's just ask that question. Okay, so when is this? We need a win on this Knight of Pentacles. When will this financial support come to get me out of this situation? So if we can find a win, clarify that. Okay, so these both say the same thing to me. The Ace of Swords is winter as far as a time frame. The Page of Pentacles is a Capricorn card to me. So Capricorn is the end of December, early January. So in the wintertime, that is when this situation, when this happens, when you get the financial support that you need to get out of this situation, or when your finances are in the right place to get out of this situation. But be ready. Go within, like the Hermit. Hibernate a little bit. Oh my gosh, that says winter too. Okay, so these are all, this is when it's happening, y'all, in the wintertime. But be ready. Have your dream ready. Figure out now. Take the time now to figure out what you want to do next. Ride this out until the winter time. You will have an opportunity to go. That's when you go. Okay, so I hope that this reading was helpful for you guys. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed working through that. I think we got there in the end. But that was fun. So if you did like this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Share my videos with anybody that you think might be interested. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I do upload a new video. Until next time, I'm sending you guys a lot of light and love. Namaste. Okay, so if you picked pile 4 for your yes or no, pick a card with the crystal quartz on it. These are going to be your messages. So a crystal quartz clears the mind, body, and spirit of clutter, and it also helps you align with your higher self. It's just a very genuine, I mean, usually if people only have one quartz, it's going to be a clear quartz crystal. Or one crystal is usually this, clear quartz. Because it just helps you to get in touch with your higher self. Some people can actually say they can see stuff in them, and it's just awesome. Okay, so let's see if we can find a yes or no to this question. So with the Sacred Traveler card, we have overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. You guys got 2 angels and ancestors. You got Hunter, track down your fears and desires. And you got Druid, hold the space. For the tarot cards, you've got the Magician. You got the King of Swords. And you got the World, Well, just off the bat, I'm going to say this is definitely a yes. I don't think it's particularly an easy yes, but it's a big yes. These are big stuff going on here. Okay, I think this card, the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, speaks for itself. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. But I do want to read from the Angels and Ancestors book by Kyle Gray, The Hunter and the Druid. Let's see if we can find these messages. Okay, so the Druid, the message is hold the space. It says hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Okay. Woo, Lordy, this is big, y'all. Okay, Hunter. Okay, Hunter, the message is track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You're being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Okay. So when I saw the Magician and the World together, I thought, this is a big change that's coming into your life. It is, first of all, the Magician is the master manifester. It's like anything that you desire to do, you have everything that you need to make it happen. You have money if you need money. You have the relationships, the people that around you that you need to make it happen. You have the clarity of thought. You have the ideas. You have the integrity. And you also have the energy and the creativity to make it happen. When the World card shows up, it shows up in your reading. It's a new cycle. It's a new beginning. It's an ending. It's the world. It's endings are just beginnings at the same time, right? It is the world. It is what you are intended to do, is what I'm thinking. This card, this reading is about going deep and finding out what it is. Kind of like a dark night of the soul, right? Kind of like shadow work, going into your fears, going back to the things that you're most afraid of. And through finding those things that you're most afraid of, you will find out what your true desire is. And I'm saying what your true calling is. I think this is a time for a big shift in your life to not just getting by, not just finding the next interesting thing in your life, not just finding a job that pays the bills, not just going from experience to experience to experience, which is fine. It's, you know, I did it for years and years and years. I think this is going deep and finding out, hold the space, finding out what your true calling is in life and not deviating from that, even if you have in the past. I'm thinking that you probably did in the past, and I think it was probably out of fear that you did it, because anything that you're going to do that's worthwhile is going to be hard work. There are going to be obstacles that come up. Maybe you ran into obstacles before, and you turned back. Maybe they were at that time insurmountable. They're not insurmountable anymore. That's what this reading is saying. The obstacles are no longer insurmountable. You need to go back into that soul searching and remember what you came for. Remember who it is that you were meant to be when you came here on this earth. You know who it is. You've already tried it once. I feel like you've already tried it once. You know what it is. You know what your calling is. This is saying the time is now. It's the magician, y'all. Whatever you need, it's time. You can make it happen now. Maybe you couldn't before, for many, many, many reasons, but you can now. The King of Swords is the card of Libra. So swords are in the mental place, right? Swords like give you clarity of thought. They can be used to cut things out of your life that do not serve you anymore. The King of Swords is the card of Libra, is the card of justice. First of all, Libra is an air sign, so they're mental and idealistic and communicative, but Libras are always looking for balance in their life. But it is the sign of justice. They want things to be fair. They have a lot of integrity, the Libras. So with this particular card coming up in your reading, it is either talking about someone who has clarity, who is a good person to bounce things off of because they're very intelligent. It's an older person, it's an older gentleman who has clarity that you can go to help you with this, talking this through, this calling that you have. Or it could be a time frame. Like if you are wondering when you should pursue this, when you strike out on this venture, when you say, okay, I'm going to do this, the time frame would be the Libra season, which is the end of September and the beginning of October. So that's coming up in a couple of months. And it may, it just may also mean karmic justice. Like this is your destiny. Whew. Lord. Okay. So just to summarize, a new cycle is about ready to begin. It is a cycle that includes doing something with what you were called to do. Though you have tried it before and you ran into obstacles before, those obstacles will not be in your path this time. If they are, you will absolutely be able to overcome them. The magician tells us that this is the time. It is the time to do this. Even if you have not been successful with it in the past, you will be successful this time. If you still do not know, and I kind of think you do, but if you do not know what it is that you are called to do, take a look at your fears and your anxieties. Do a little soul searching. Do some of that shadow work. What's holding you back? What are you afraid of? And through those fears, through finding them, through drawing them out, you will be able to find out. You will remember what your desires are. Okay, I hope that reading was helpful for you guys. It was deep, man. So you got some big stuff coming up. If this reading did resonate with you, please put your comments in please comment and let us know what it is that's going on with you guys. If you want to, you don't have to. But I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Share my channel with anybody that you think might be interested in it. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new reading. Until next time, I am wishing you guys lots of light and love. Namaste.